And breaking as we come on the air, another targeted attack on the Jewish community, this time at a pro-Israel event for the hostages in Boulder, Colorado. The suspect in custody this morning, and we're learning more about this person, that he was in the U.S. illegally. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Angela Brown, in for Jan Jeffcoat. It's Monday, June 2nd. And sadly, we started this week with yet another attack targeting the Jewish community. The FBI is investigating the incident as an act of terrorism. It comes less than 2 weeks after 2 Israeli diplomats were shot and killed outside the Jewish Museum in our nation's capital. And we do have team coverage this morning. We have Kayla Gaskins in D.C. following the latest efforts by the Trump administration to stop anti-Semitism. But first, we start with Mark Boyle at the live desk with the latest out of Colorado. Mark, this makes you angry, but it's also very heartbreaking at the same time.
It certainly is. And seeing it all on video, Angela, just makes it so much realer. Take a look at some of the scene video there. We just checked the Boulder jail website. The suspect facing several charges, including murder, but the sheriff's office hasn't confirmed any deaths yet. More on that in a moment. But what we do know, at least 8 people set on fire in what's believed to be an anti-Semitic attack. This is the man, the suspect here, 45-year-old Mohammed Solomon, the center of this, and he is behind bars this morning, taken into custody after police say he used Molotov cocktails and a makeshift flamethrower on members of the Jewish community. In video from moments after the attack, Solomon can be heard saying, quote, "They are killers. Palestine is free." Take a listen.
That's what he's got right here, is Molotov cocktails. It's alcohol. That's what he's got right here, is Molotov cocktails. It's alcohol.
And White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller posting this message on X, saying that the terror attack was committed by an illegal alien who illegally overstayed his visa. The FBI saying the crime will be treated as an act of terrorism.
As a result of these preliminary facts, it is clear that this is a targeted act of violence, and the FBI is investigating this as an act of terrorism. Sadly, attacks like this are becoming too common across the country. This is an example of how perpetrators of violence continue to threaten communities across our nation.
Take a look at this page right here. Anyone can go to the Boulder jail booking website and see this, as we did. The suspect's due in court at 1:30 local time. The charges on the top right. Charges include crimes against at-risk adult elderly, so anyone over the age of 70. And then right there you see it, murder in the first degree. We have not heard yet, though, of any of the victims dying, so there's essentially a question mark around that charge. We're tracking for updates. Bond set, Angela, at $10 million.
And we will be waiting for more information from you on that, Mark. And as Mark mentioned, the suspect in Colorado was reportedly in the U.S. illegally. According to the White House, 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon is an Egyptian national who originally entered the U.S. on a non-immigrant visa back in 2022. That visa apparently expired back in November of 2023. He was then granted a temporary work visa, which also expired a few months later in March. In a post online, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, writing right here, a terror attack was committed in Boulder, Colorado by an illegal alien. He was granted a tourist visa by the Biden administration, and then he illegally overstayed that visa. In response, the Biden administration gave him a work permit. Suicidal migration must be fully reversed, end quote. This morning, reaction to the terror attack continues to pour in, all with one simple message: attacks on the Jewish community must stop.
Just sadly, something that's just becoming normalized in America, where Jews are just being attacked. You know, the previous guest talking about Free Palestine. Free Palestine has become the jihadist call to replace Allahu Akbar, something that we heard after the 9/11 attacks. Now we're hearing Free Palestine. And yes, there's a right to free speech, but this is increasingly becoming a call to action, a call for violence and attack against Jews.
The CEO of the Anti-Defamation League writing right here, this is the second violent attack on the U.S. Jewish community in 2 weeks. First, a young couple slaughtered in D.C., and now a firebomb thrown at a group in Boulder, Colorado, 2 peaceful Jewish events that ended with rage-filled violent attacks. And a little later this morning, an FBI expert will join us right here on the National News Desk. He's going to break down the attack and what's next in the investigation. Of course, we're going to have updates all morning long, on air, online at thenationaldesk.com. You can check us out there.